Ladies and gentlemen, Pin Generator 3.0 is here. I'm so excited to share with you some really major updates, some really big changes, and some features that are going to make your life so much easier and make Pinterest pin creation so much more hands-off and powerful, and it's just fantastic. So I got a ton of features to show you, and I'm just going to work through them one by one. I hope you enjoy. So we've got loads of features to talk about. This is Pin Generator 3.0. This is actually the email that's going to go out later. As an overview, we've got some amazing pin automation features that are new that I want to show you. You can now generate pins without having to have a website, which is fantastic. So if you just have a Pinterest profile, you can now have a Pinterest marketing schedule without needing a website. We've got AI board selection, which is super powerful and super handy. We've got a bunch of e-commerce automations for Shopify, WooCommerce, and Etsy, running through the same automation pipeline, which makes life so easy. We've got a new API out for developers. It's really expanded on the old API. And then we've got loads of other improvements. CSS filtering, AI image generation with Nano Banana, custom prompts, group pins by date, status indicators, geez, the list goes on. We've got media folders, we've got CSV title design overrides, and we've got CSV board ID support and duplicate board fixing. I mean, we've got so many updates. Not even all of them are in here. There's loads to get through. So let's start with pin automation. Our Pinterest automation has improved drastically. So instead of creating auto pins and all other automations that we previously had, we now have a new streamlined flow that is just fantastic. So you can start off creating these automations by clicking the Start Pinning Now button. You can set up a name for your the automation, and then you can set the number of pins you want per day to be created. So for new accounts, stay lower. For more mature accounts, you can really ramp it up to scale your Pinterest marketing. So you can set your schedule, whether you want pins to be generated every week or every 4 weeks. Now what's going to happen is you're going to be emailed with a new batch of pins that you can just simply approve and schedule every week or every 4 weeks. I recommend starting with every week so you can get familiar with the pins and just make sure they are at the quality you want, and then switch it over to every 4 weeks to just run bigger automations to make a single approval batch a lot quicker. So then you click through. You have a number of options on where to get content from. You can either do it from a website or a sitemap URL. You don't even need a website. You can link a Shopify store, Etsy store, or WooCommerce store. Let's run through the I have a website procedure. So this is my travel blog with my wife, and it'll detect all the posts here. So you can select all the posts you want to add to the content automation. You can swap between detected sitemaps, and you can set how many pins per URL you want. So this helps. This will be, let's say you have 12 pins to be generated a day, and you set this to 4 pins per post. So then it'll scrape 3 posts and create 4 pins from each post and schedule those. Or alternatively, you can set it to 1 pin per post, and then it'll scrape 12 posts and create 1 pin for each of those scraped posts. So that's so you have a little bit of control over how many pins per URL you want to generate. If you want to make sure that you're not pinning to the same URL too often, this is the setting that you can adjust to do that. So this will all depend on how many pins you're pinning per day. Then also include new posts from sitemaps. This is automatically toggled to on. So when new posts are added to the sitemap, when the automation runs, it'll automatically pick up those new posts and add them to the content rotation. And now all content that has been selected here will be fairly rotated through. So every single piece of content gets a fair distribution, So it'll use these top couple posts first, and then on the next automation it'll use the next couple, and it'll cycle through the whole list of content, and then once that list of content's finished, it'll rotate back to the top, and of course adding new content as it becomes available there. In the design, you got your normal color palette settings. You can select all the templates that you'd like. Let's select a couple there. And of course you can create your own templates as normal. The AI options, generate titles with AI, generate descriptions with AI, it's quite self-explanatory. You can generate alt text with AI, so this helps with the SEO of pins. And you can generate images with AI. So let's say you don't like the images on your website, or you don't have great images on your website, you can now generate images with AI, and these will be generated with Google Nano Banana, a really great image generation tool, and you can specify what kind of images you want. So let's do this. Create me a lifestyle image of the user of a, sorry. Create me a lifestyle image of the person at the location being spoken about in the blog post. So I run a travel blog, so this is going to be appropriate for travel pins. So I want to create like a lifestyle image of a person at the beach or in Rio or in Spain or whatever, and you can run a test preview. So this is going to look at the posts that we selected for the content, and it's going to give you a little demo title, description, and image. So this is actually a wetsuit guide. So it's a travel and surfing blog that we have. So it's using the post O'Neill wetsuit guide. There's the title, here's the description, and then here's the AI generated image that goes with it. So if you like this, then you know like the prompt is quite good, so you can say it looks good, or otherwise you can generate another. If you don't like it, you can go back, change the prompt, and kind of dial that in. So that's really powerful. Then you can go next. You can select which Pinterest profile you want to connect to. Boards. So boards, we now have this awesome setting where AI can select the boards for you. So what it'll do is it'll look at your whole list of boards, and it will prioritize picking an existing board for the new pin. And if a board is not appropriate, it doesn't have an appropriate board for your pin, then it'll create a board for you. So this is really awesome. Like in my sitemap, I've got pins going to be generated for multiple cities and countries, and selecting specific boards just is not going to work for me. So these AI selected boards, so it'll be like traveling. So all the Rio posts will go to traveling in Rio, and the Mexican ones will be traveling in Mexico, and it'll just shuffle these, allocate these pins to the correct boards really nicely, and that really takes a big headache out of picking boards for every single pin. So that's really a new powerful feature that we have. Otherwise, you can use the old model to select specific boards that you want to, but of course, you can see the issue. How am I going to select the right board for this wide variety of posts? So that's a super powerful feature. I really recommend that. And then lastly, we can see that this is just a summary of the automation. And once you're happy with that, you can click Generate First Batch Now. So this batch, we had AI images selected, so it's going to take a while to include those AI images in the generation. And I'll get back to you in just a sec. And here your pins are. So they've all been generated, and once this is complete, you'll get an email just notifying you that it's complete. So you don't actually have to stick around on this page. You can just wait for the email. And let's load the generated pins. So we're using AI images for each of these. So you can see that it's generated an AI image for each post. And let's take a look at this post. So you can see it's a nice AI image of a lady in like a Mexican food market. This is the Mexico travel guide. And it gives you some, it's got a reference to delicious street food. And that's kind of got the right context of the pin. And then the board is Mexico City travel guide. Perfect. So that's fantastic. Let's look at a few more. Best surfing beaches in the Indian Ocean. So here they detected images from the post, but here's the AI generated image selected. And this has got best surfing beaches in the Indian Ocean. Wonderful. Let's look at a few more. Spain travel guide for nomadic families. Pretty cool. Spanish landmarks, Spanish family. Looks realistic. Fantastic. Good AI titles and descriptions. Good board. So you can see how powerful this is. And now you'll get a batch of pins like this. And once you're happy with them, you can scroll through them and just double check that everything's looking good. You can click the schedule all button and all the pins will be scheduled. You can also see these new tags above the pin showing the scheduled time as well as the scheduled board, which is very helpful. Now you can see we've got no website, no problem. You can create an automation pipeline with no website, which is pretty kick-ass. Let me show you that briefly. In the automation side, you can create a new automation. No website needed. Let's make that the title. And let's say 3 pins a day. Cool, so let's show you. So when you're selecting the content source, you can say, I don't have a website. So this is great for affiliate marketers or anybody that doesn't have a website that wants to direct Pinterest traffic to a particular website. And perhaps they don't have enough details on the web page to scan and create content from in the normal way. So let's say I sell modern water bottles. I want pins showcasing really fantastic water bottles that users can use for exercise and health. Okay, that's just a modern one. A basic description that I come up with. And then let's say we need to specify some URLs. So the pins need to go direct to something. So we need to specify the outbound URLs here. So let's say we're an Amazon affiliate. Let's look at Amazon water bottles. Cool. Let's look at these. That's what I'm looking for. So let's say 1, 2, 3. We've got the water bottles here. And let's say we can copy our affiliate link with SiteStripe. Hello, copy, and we can paste those into pin generator like this. Let's go to the next one, get link, and the next one, get link, and you can paste it there. Cool. So now we can go next. Again, select the designs we want. In this case, you need to have AI titles and descriptions selected, so those are required. Generating images with AI, you can either do that or add images in a different way on the next page, but I like to generate images with AI. So generate futuristic looking water bottles that entices users on a clean, slightly colored background. Okay, so that's the kind of images that we want. Let's create a preview. Cool. So hydration boost with modern water bottles. Elevate your hydration game. There we go. And then it's got some zany looking water bottles here. So very futuristic, but you can adapt the prompt to set up the image generation here. So the idea would be to entice users to click on the water bottles that you've created, and then that'll navigate them through to whatever URL you said, so across to these Amazon links or wherever you want. Cool, so I like that prompt. We can go next. Let's say we're going to pin it to this section. Again, AI board selection, that's great. And confirm. So now this will generate all the pins using AI for those water bottle links that we've set up. So now we can see our batch is ready. It's created all the pins, so let's load them up and review them. Cool, so we can see all these futuristic water bottles and great titles, and great descriptions. Cool, they are looking good. Looking good. Okay, and so you can see the boards, modern water bottles for fitness. And yeah, so I'm happy with these, and I can simply click the schedule all button and all the pins will be scheduled to these times. So that's how you create pins and schedule them without even having to have a website. So we've got e-commerce automation, which follows a similar flow. It's also that same automation flow, and I'll just show you the beginning bits of that. So when you start pinning, when you ask for a content source, you can select any of these types of stores, and once they're connected, it'll automatically load up your products. And in the same way, you can select all your products to have pins generated for them, which can also be included when new products are added. And it runs through the same automation flow for your e-commerce products, which is really awesome. You'll get an email once a week or once a month with all your new pins. Okay, what is next? API for developers. This might not be for everybody, but the API has been nicely expanded and all the documentation can be found at this page here. API documentation. So we've got 3 endpoints. We've got generate image endpoint, generate an image and schedule it endpoint, and then a schedule an existing image endpoint, and all the details are here for those who need it. Then other little improvements, we've got CSS selectors for image filtering. So basically when you scan a URL, you might know what the CSS tag is for the image that you want to detect. So for instance, let's go to the site and okay, let's go to this blog post. Okay, once we inspect this, so we can see that the CSS class post entry image is detecting the main images correctly. So we can copy that. Put it in here, click generate. And now we can see that it's detected these images nicely. So I'm going to use those 3, click done, and then our pins is generated. So yeah, so that'll help us include or exclude certain images when scanning a URL. Okay, what else? So we've got all image generation now goes through Google Nano Banana, which is fantastic. Custom prompts has been slightly improved and gives you more control. You can group pins by date, like we saw with the automation batches. If the pins have a specific date set, as in from an automation, then we can group them as per day. So we can see 6 March, 7 March, 8 March. And this setting can be toggled on and off here. So if you just want to see them all, if you want to see them grouped by date, you can do that. Improved auto pins. So auto pins now have AI board selection and AI text rewriting. So I would recommend using the new automation pipeline though, but these updates have been made to auto pins too. Pin status indicators, just these times and boards above the pin. Redesigned Pinterest profile cards, that's on your profile page. Improved edit pin dialog, so we've moved images around now when you edit pins. They used to be at the bottom, but now they're in this column here for you to easily see. Oh yes, you can switch your authentication method. So if you want to change your email, you can swap between email and password and Google authentication, which you can do from your profile page. Streamline login and sign up. We've got CSV design title override. So if you want to set a different title in the design versus the title in the pin, you can do so now. So for example, the title here normally matches the title in your pin here. So if you want this title to be different from that one, in the CSV upload document, you just have to set the design title field, and then that'll put the design title here and then the title here, so you can make those different if you want. But you can just download the demo file to see those columns that you need there. And then CSV board ID support and duplicate board fix. So if you previously you could specify your boards in the CSV file by board name, but now if you have duplicate board names, let's say you're part of a group board and it has the same name as one of the boards in your own board list, then you can specify this by board ID. The way to get board IDs is just to go and look at your list of boards here, and here in the side here you can see the board ID that you can copy just by clicking that button there and then paste it in the CSV file. We've also, it's not here, but we've also updated the Canva import for templates dramatically. So when you go to Canva, to templates, see, like this is the Canva template that we've imported. When you import the Canva design, this process itself has been massively improved. Additionally, we've got media folders set up, so you can now arrange your media really nicely. So let's just add an image. Let's add a dynamic image. I'll just show you in the media picker. When you pick an image now, all your images can now be sorted into folders. AI generated images are automatically put here, and yeah, that's nice and easy. Oh, of course, additionally, the template system has been massively updated. The resizing has been fixed. We also have size guides from the sides. There's also a size guide relative to other objects, so you can see the red numbers there. If a object goes out of view, you can bring it back into view like this, and oh, I need to fix that. When I click that, that remains there. Okay, I'll fix that. And yeah, so you can snap to border, and that keeps it in the border lines. You can turn off all these alignment things. You can turn them on. Of course, it centers horizontally and vertically as normal. And yeah, it allows you to snap to other objects more easily. So that's a big improvement here that we've made. And yeah, that's pretty much all the updates. I'm really stoked about these updates, and I'm really excited for you guys to try them out. We've also added undo and redo features on the generate page. So here, if you move an object around, you can just click undo to move it back, or redo. So that's a nice little nice to have. And then lastly, we want your help to shape what features I should build next with Pin Generator. So you can go to the straw poll, just go click vote now, and you can vote on whatever features you like. If a feature isn't there that you would like to add, leave a comment and I'll add it to the feature list to be voted on, and then I'm going to build out these features. So yeah, that's the full update, and yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy, and let me know what you think in the comments, and help me figure out how best to help your flows with your Pinterest marketing. Anyway, thank you. See you guys next time. Bye.